Well, everybody here, let's just get a breather to understand what we're about to decode in the next few minutes. Now, India has so many politicians. A lot of them have families, better halves they're called. But how many of us really know them? They're often either kept in the shadows by design or by choice. But sitting with me is someone who forgets the shadows. She embraces the limelight. Forget someone who would want to not be spoken about. She's somebody who is written about on a regular basis. There are constant headlines about her. Sometimes there are controversies as well. So today with me is someone, and let's try and decode her a little bit, on politics, life, and everything that comes in between that. The very fiery, the very opinionated, and the very bindas. Amruta Fadnavis is here. Please give her a huge round of applause. You know, right, Amruta ji, that you're unlike any other politician's wife we have in the country. You know that.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sonal. It's indeed a pleasure to be here at India Today Conclave, which is so much acclaimed and followed. I agree, Sonal. In fact, being conventional is very comfortable, but it is not my calling. So I go as per what my heart says, my mind says, and what my mission is in life. I fall in line with my mission rather than being very conventional. And I'm thankful that people around me are supportive to let me be as I am.
That's important. We'll get to the people around you in a bit. But why does it happen? Have you thought about it? Wherever you go, headlines sort of follow. You would be doing a great cause like a beach cleanup. You would have the BMC commissioner. You would have the best actors around you. But people are still talking about you, about what you wore perhaps or what you said. Do these headlines bother you at all?
I think so. There are certain instances where social media handles are overactive. More than the news givers, more than the publications, these are the handles which are overactive. And they catch on to points which deviate people from the core issues. So, example, during the last cleanup drive, what was the core issue? It was post-Visarjan Ganpati cleanup, and the society, NGOs, children, everyone had joined hands to make a difference, to promote Shadu Mati Ganesha to be brought in our houses, to promote eco-friendly tanks, to promote a Nirmalya which can be recycled. But what these notorious handles, what did they promote? They zoomed on to different bodies and they showed what kind of clothes are worn. So this is something which can be avoided. I've also learned my lesson. It's not that I don't agree to all kind of criticism, disagree or agree. Depending on what kind of criticism is it, but the core issue should not be ignored. That's what I mean. But more than y'all, nowadays, these handles are very notorious. They are paid for that and they act accordingly.
But these headlines, do they ever become an issue at home? You are Maharashtra's first lady. I'm sure there are dinner table conversations when it happened. Does it come up?
I'm lucky enough that Devendra ji is a person who believes and walks the talk of women empowerment. So I'm thankful to his parents and my parents who have inculcated the spirit of giving that space to every person to be his or her own self, to give his or her best. So both ways, we respect each other for our thought processes and we give that much of space to each other. Maybe that is one of the reasons that at home I don't have the tension to explain कि ये ऐसा क्यों है, वो वैसा क्यों.
Never has he ever asked you to say. Yeah, that does deserve huge round of applause. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is a real man with a modern thinking. and he knows where women and empowerment comes from. It does not come directly from the society or the school. It has to be from within the house.
Yes.
With your children, with your wives, then only we can go ahead in this area.
Yeah. I want to go back to a few quotes that you had said. Sometime back you said that prostitution deserves human right. How do quotes like these, how do interviews like these sit down, not just at home, but maybe even higher up with the BJP, the RSS, sensitive about issues like these?
Okay, I remember I'd been to Pune 2 or 3 years back, and there was a health checkup and get-together for the prostitutes of Budhwarpet, which is a red light area there. And this program was arranged for their wellness. While I was speaking to them, it just dawned to me that I should motivate them also. So there were certain words which I used there just to motivate them. But my thought process on this, which goes this way, that see, prostitution has been there in our country and worldwide since yesteryears, since Vedic period.
Yeah.
It is not something which we can completely do away with. But what we can do is curb these dalals from getting these younger, very little girls, trafficking them into this profession. Or when these prostitutes have their children, they can be rehabilitated by taking these ladies in confidence. This is what we can do to reduce or end it over a period of time. But since they are there, already doing it, don't they deserve basic human rights? The conditions they live in, they do not know safety measures, they carry STDs, and there are issues regarding their nutrition, their knowledge. So I think so, we should structure a program wherein they should be taken care of.
So
but further prostitution should be reduced, or we should have measures where it should wean away. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
But current situation of these ladies is not good. They need to be taken care of.
So you stand by your words. These statements which are made, you once said something about divorces happening on traffic lights in Mumbai. So stuff like that, when it is said, you also then once asked about these controversies, said that, I know I'm a soft target, but I want my opponents to know that I am not soft. Right? It takes courage to say stuff like that. I want to know, how do you deal? How do you deal with these headlines which are not always complementary to the causes that you want them to be, but become out you personally?
See, I would like to say one thing, that Devendra ji has a very transparent image and he's a very honest person. So the opponents look around him who can be targeted. And they just find me to be there around. So I am the target for them to point out at Devin. But I am also a lady who is, maybe I'm a little masoom, but मैं नादान नहीं हूँ. I know how I have to act, what should be done and not done. So I think so they might target me for some petty reasons, but I know I have a mission in place. Like Eleanor Roosevelt once said, she said, future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. So I have dreams, I want to accomplish them. I know the right road which walks towards those dreams, and I will walk that way, irrespective of any kind of criticism coming my way.
So trolls don't bother you. Trolls, what do you say to them? Those who are out there zooming in, those who are out there having a critical eye. Is there an answer? Is there something that you want to tell them?
So trolls will happen to every independent woman, a woman with thought process or a voice. It's not just me, it's about you, it's about every lady sitting here. So when you have voice, you have a counter voice coming in. But that's why I say trolls are like background music. You can very well be disturbed or dance to that background music tone. Also, you can ignore and continue voicing yourself. So it's your decision what to do it with.
All right, Amruta then clearly dancing to her own tunes, not to the background music that comes with it. But I'm sure, ma'am, everything that you do reflects on the Chief Minister, right? Do you sit back? You said a little while earlier that sometimes I go back and I see that maybe I shouldn't have. Have those moments happened? Do you recall one time where you feel maybe I shouldn't have?
See, for my own self, if I think of my own self, my family, I've never received any kind of objection for whatever I've done till date. But if once a while I have to consider people's opinion and at times respect it, I do that. It's because people have made us what we are, where we are. So we have to consider what the thought process goes within the people also. And at times bringing a change with what people think or what criticism they bring in, I feel is a good act for everyone to follow.
I want to take the next few minutes to take you back in time a little bit. I don't know if you recall, but you were on the cover of India Today Women about 10 years ago. Let's have that picture up. And I want you to also see not just you 10 years back, but look at the quote over there. It says, "I didn't want to wear a sari and serve poha." Amruta ji, in 3 years, in 10 years actually, 3 times being the First Lady, how much has changed? How much have you had to change yourself personally to prep up for this role?
So this quote was, what I meant was, when Devin was to meet me, first time before our marriage, I did not want to follow that conventional way of wearing a sari and going to him and serve him poha. That
you
was
guys were introduced at a wedding.
No,
That's how you met.
It was a typically arranged marriage where the families were wanting us to meet first in front of them. And my mother said, then wear a sari, make poha, go in front. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So we first met separately, post they making this arrangement. And that suited me better because I was not comfortable with the way it was, they were wanting it to happen. But now, over the years, for people, I wear sari. People respect me. People love me, so I do what they also want. So at times, they want their vaini in a sari. For special occasions, I'm in sari. And when I have my guests from villages, from my Devenji's constituency, I do serve them poha. It was specially for Devenji that I had mentioned that.
Tell me about, again, these changes that you have made. You were telling me that it wasn't easy, right? You were a banker at that time. You were earning, you were on your own. But then you decided to marry a politician. He wasn't Amruta Fadnavis back then, as we know him now. But at that point, you didn't think that what is life going to be? No Saturday, Sundays, no work-life balance. Did you, looking back, do you think this is what you would have signed up for again?
In fact, I remember my childhood days, and it was such a structured family of doctors. My father, mother, relatives, all are full of doctors. Everyone is into this profession. And everything had its own time. Our food, our exercise, our time for meeting people was fixed. Our education, our academics was the priority. But here with Devin, everything went 360 degrees.
Were you asked that wear a pallu now that you're married, when you're going to meet a politician or somebody's coming, do the conventional things?
No, in fact, after marriage, I was myself. I didn't realize that there has been a change in my life. Other than that, the people used to come home anytime and at any place in the house. So it was a public place, my home also. But never was I pointed out for my dressing because I was always mostly in coat pants to my office and all. So they never cared. This dawned to me after Devendra ji became CM. When comparisons started that Vahini should be a lady with a pallu on her head and dressed in a certain way, in a paitani or border sari and all. But again, I thought, let's change things. Let's break this mold. And I always love to challenge conventional things. So I enjoyed doing that because I am one among all people. And none of the young girls today is wearing a sari going out for work. She wears sari for occasions, for some cultural dues, but I don't see any girl going out to work in a sari. So I am that way. I've always been that way, so I continued.
That's nice. Your husband has defined you as a crisis manager. But I want to know that, do you see yourself more as an advisor? What exactly is the role that a spouse today of a politician plays? We've talked about the controversies. Let's talk about how collaboration happens of both these worlds back on the dinner table.
So I feel that I am always an inquisitive student. And Devenji is the reluctant professor who at times just doesn't want to answer me, or at times he gives a googly. I have a lot of questions about ongoing politics in the state, in the country. I always have, even geopolitics. Yeah. I bounce these questions to him, but he being the reluctant professor.
So what's your take on Trump?
Oh, take on Trump. See, more than take on Trump, I would always gauge his actions as to how they affect India. So I think so around $87 billion export from India may get affected, but it is hardly 2.3% of our net GDP. So with India being such a young population, so much of local demand, a little bit of tweaking, improvement in ease of doing business and logistical and other energy related costs, we can make up for it, this little dearth, in no time. And we are already searching for new places where we can take in our businesses. So
you sound like an expert over there. You never thought of entering politics yourself? I'm sure that idea crossed your mind.
See, I am a social entrepreneur. I love to do work for people. One of the things which brings smile to me from within, and that satisfaction is looking into other person's eyes or people's eyes and seeing smiles on their faces. So through my different activities through NGOs and all, whatever work I'm doing, whether in villages in Nagpur or in Palghar.
But the impact you'll have as a politician is very different, no? Never crossed your mind? We
have a great politician already at our place, which is Amruta Fadnavis. दो तलवारें एक म्यान में नहीं रह सकती. So I think so it's good enough.
Okay, if not politics, then have you ever got a call from Bollywood? All your videos that you do, which are so well divined, it's designed in a way you sing, you perform, you have so many other skills, that never popped up in your head either?
I must tell you that even before music came onto me, even before I came onto music came onto me. That was how, because my father sings beautifully, he's a doctor, he's an ophthalmologist, but he sings, he's a classical singer, my dadi was, so I learned my first notes from them. Then subsequently different gurus. And in Nagpur also, when Devendraji was not in limelight or I was not even married, I used to sing for Diwali Pahats, I used to sing for Rotaries and other social organizations. So it was there in me. I loved performing. Coming to Mumbai, I got bigger exposure earlier through social songs which I sang on rivers, on devotional songs, on various devtas, or even the songs which I sang for different communities. They were accepted very well. But I know this is my talent and I have my shortcomings, or I have my limits drawn for myself. So I did receive acting offers also.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But that's not my area. That's not the place I want to go to. I want to sing, I want to emote on my own songs, and I derive satisfaction for that. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Okay. Talking about things that make you happy, Mitti Ke Sitare is an organization that you've sort of really worked upon. It also has a connection to music. But like I said, there are so many things that you're involved in. It could be environment, it could be singing, it could be looking after the underprivileged, it could also be the police officers' wives. I see you very active over there. What is this one cause that really drives you today?
I can mention two causes. One is village development. The work to be done is enormous there, and these are low-hanging fruits. There are basic requirements which can be given to them and improve their standard of living. That is one place, like we are already working in Palghar through the local representatives there and through people like Anganwadi workers and the villagers. And the second thing is the one which you just mentioned, Mitti Ke Sitare. Since music is close to my heart, I love this project of mine, of our NGO, which hunts for talented children who are good into music and subsequently hones them. My first batch is still there, learning more music, working into soft skills, a development of personal health and everything. It's there since 8 years, comprising of 16 students. They receive a lot of programs also nowadays. So I'm happy that these children are being honed in every aspect of personality development. And I'm sure that they would shine brighter in the coming days.
I want to take a minute to understand the life of Amruta a little bit. Today, for example, we had the Chief Minister here in the morning. We have you now. Very happy to have hosted both of you there. So tonight, when a dinner table conversation happens, when you guys sit down, what will be the conversation like? I'm very curious to understand what's discussed on the dinner table.
First of all, I must tell you the truth that we are never there at the dinner table together. Either he's eating out somewhere or once a while I am also not there.
Do you give him a hard time for that?
No. I try to give him a good time whenever I see him. But yeah, I don't get to meet him much other than in the morning before he leaves and at night for a few minutes. So it is more of a discussion about what is to be done during the subsequent days, some programs which need to be got to his notice or some issues which need to be taken to him. This is a conversation, a little bit about Divija, and that's it. So that's our life and our conversation.
Are you telling me there are no disagreements? And I want to know who wins in those disagreements. All couples have that. I'm sure you also disagree with Devendraji over some things, no?
So there are, I hardly remember any disagreements, seriously, because we both have maintained that he's the boss, and I always say that, and I take all the decisions. So there's no disagreement.
He's the boss, and you take all the decisions. That's the magic.
That's what the boss tells me to do, so I do it.
Okay, that's lovely. But talking about the boss, talking about your love for music as well, I'm going to get to it in just a minute. But I thought we have last few minutes, so let me do a quick rapid fire with you. So are you game for that? Yeah? Let's go for it.
I can say pass also, huh?
No, you can't say pass. That won't be an Amruta answer then. You have to give us what you actually feel, and we're counting on you for that. Okay, so are you ready?
Okay, ready.
Okay. So banking or in front of the camera, where do you feel more at home?
With Divija. Her innocent smile and her laughter, that wins everything.
Okay. One thing that Devendraji does that annoys you the most?
What he doesn't do, which annoys me, is he doesn't take care of himself, he doesn't exercise, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat on time. So that's what annoys me.
Okay, that sounds more like the wife, right? Okay. The last time you trolled someone back, even if it was in your head?
If it's in my head, it is out there. So last I trolled was Uddhav Thackeray ji. I never trolled anyone after that.
What did you tell him?
I told him many times till he went off power. I kept on trolling him.
Okay. Politics at home over dinner table or strictly off limits?
Politics is everywhere for us. So it's at dinner table, it's while we sleep, it's in our dreams, it's everywhere.
Your guilty pleasure, binge food or Netflix?
Netflix.
Have you seen Bads of Bollywood yet?
I saw it, yes.
Yeah, and what did you think of it?
It is like a roller coaster and a nice funky series to watch.
Nice. Okay, one politician other than your husband, of course, that you admire the most.
One politician I admire.
Apart from your husband, who you
Without
admire?
any doubt, Param Pujya Narendra Modi ji.
Okay. So a song that you would like to dedicate to your trolls.
To my trolls.
Yeah.
I would not dedicate a song. I would just remind them of Gandhiji's. I remember one quote. It said, they will first ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they will fight you, and then you win.
Ah, nice. So this is the tricky one. If you were the editor for India Today for a day, and you had to put out a headline on your own cover image, what would you put it as?
Oh God.
A word, a sentence that really defines who Amruta Fadnavis is.
This is me, period.
Ah, I like that. I think that's a good one over there. I also have last few, one very quickly we'll go over that. Powered look for you, a sari, a suit, jeans or active wear?
Now there are different answers for this. Quick answer is, for me, elegant look is definitely sari. Respectable, elegant look, sari. But power look is a gym wear.
Power look is gym wear. Okay, there you go, all the trolls over there. And the biggest misconception about you?
Misconception. There are many misconceptions, but I just heard one misconception that I do not listen to Devenji. That's what was going on.
Huh.
So I always hear him out.
Yeah.
I always hear him out.
What you do is different, but you hear him out.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Who is better, Devendra Fadnavis, the CM, or Devendra Fadnavis, the husband?
Without any doubt, Devendra Fadnavis, the CM, the politician, comes number one.
Ah, okay. And the last one. One song that defines Amruta, and you've got to not say it, sing it for us.
Oh God. Do you have reverb by any chance?
You have? Yeah.
I love the spirit this song carries, which is Kisi ki muskurahat pe ho nisar. But you really want me to sing it?
Yes, of course. Guys, we want her to sing or no? Yeah?
This is, I thought this
Can we hear a round of applause, please? Yeah?
Okay, so you all sing along. That would be inspiring for me also. Sing along. किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Amruta Fadnavis, please, guys, huge round of applause.